So I got something in the mail from ArenaNet, but they didn't tell me what it is or what it means. So that's what we're here to try and figure out. So here it is. It's an art print. So before we go full conspiracy brain, what are we looking at? Well, obviously, it's some very lovely Guild Wars-esque concept art. And there are a few features about it that stuck out to me. One, obviously the composition of the scene. We have a character holding a sword and pointing toward, I guess, this mountain kind of area to the left of the cityscape in the distance. The caption also reads, "Raise your banner." And in Guild Wars land, banners are often tied to warriors. And sure, this character looks like he could be a warrior, but I acknowledge I'm probably reading a little too much into this. I know there's an achievement about raising banners, but outside that, I'm too blonde to come up with any other direct banner references that would actually mean anything here. But back to the picture, I also noticed that the text for the date is the same color as the flags on the string. But I wouldn't call that a banner per se, so this could just be an aesthetic choice. There's also the date itself, which is this Friday, assuming you're watching this before then. I suspect they wanted to give us a teaser today to be followed up with an actual announcement on Friday. Total speculation. And curiously, if you look closely at the text, you'll see there's a kind of diamond motif happening in some of the letters. And if you look real close, you can faintly see some concentric circle line art behind the text, along with more of those diamonds. I think there's some thematic relevance to those circles, because you can see that the cityscape in the background has huge arches, and almost out of frame, there are even bigger ones that you barely notice at first. And this also might be reaching, but I can't help but notice the natural rock arch in the foreground that seems to be right at home with the constructed arches in the background. On the whole, it's a nice looking piece of concept art. ArenaNet has always gone super hard with concept art, and this is no exception. But I'll cut to the chase and say my guess is it's a teaser for Expansion 7. Let me explain. Since switching to the yearly expansion model, ArenaNet has historically teased the next expansion model about midway through the current expansion's lifecycle. But so far, despite being over halfway through Visions of Eternity, we still haven't had any announcement, confirmation, or even a teaser for X-Pack 7. And that has led to a ton of speculation as to why. Is there not going to be an X-Pack 7? Is it canceled? Is Guild Wars 2 going into maintenance mode? Or does that mean we'll get Guild Wars 3 instead? I mean, maybe. Again, we don't really know. Up until this point, my running theory was that they were holding off on an X-Pack 7 announcement because its title or theme may be some kind of spoiler to the conclusion of Visions of Eternity. But with this in hand and looking at the footnotes in a blog post for teasers in the past, I think that's what's most realistic, and most likely this is a sign that ArenaNet is kind of taking that sort of marketing more seriously now. Plus, if you didn't see, NCSoft, the publisher for Guild Wars, recently filed a trademark for the title Mistbound. Now, that doesn't seem very spoilery to me on the face of it, but now we have a title and a picture towards the end of X-Pack 6 and only a few months away from when X-Pack 7 should be released. So, it's X-Pack 7, right? It'll be called Mistbound. It apparently takes place in or through the Mist, where we'll find a futuristic-looking civilization that we're gonna go stab, right? I think at least those factors make it not Guild Wars 3. After all, Mistbound is obviously just a subtitle, just like Janther Wilds or Visions of Eternity. And Janther Wilds already broke the whole X of Y naming convention that they had up until then, so they can break that rule again too. Now, I of course have no hard evidence that the Mistbound trademark is connected to this whatsoever, but we have two Guild Wars mysteries in front of us at the same time, only months before there's supposed to be a new release. Unless they're intentionally misleading us, which is possible, I can't really imagine what else it could be. I'll keep this video fairly short because I'm dangerously close to going down the Guild Wars 3 rabbit hole here, so let me know if you're interested in talking about that. But more importantly, what do you think it is? It would be kind of wild if they pulled something completely out of left field. And it wouldn't be the first time. But I just think that between the timing, the art itself, the aesthetic themes we're seeing, it feels a lot like a modern Guild Wars 2 expansion. So that's what I'm banking on. I would love to hear what crazy ideas you guys have though, so please let me know down below. Either way, something is coming soon, so the hype train is picking up steam. I think whatever it is, we'll find out Friday. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.